Love this theme. This reminds me of when I was a kid, and my brother, who was about 10 years older than I am, he would get home, and about 2 or 3 in the morning, I'd wake up and he'd turn on the TV, and you'd hear this right before a late night movie. Great nostalgia. The '70s, man, the gritty, hardcore, urban '70s. I was a small kid growing up in New York, in a big city, and I love playing that. This is what time do we have here? 2:36. This is late show for Tabletop Baseball TV. This is CP Cards and Dice, your host, and I am replaying the Swinging A's from 1971. Reason I picked this season, it's a season that they didn't make it to the World Series, but they did make it to the playoffs, and they started coming together as a team. So I decided I was going to do this, and I've been having a blast so far. I've decided I'm going to go a little bit different, approach it differently. I'm going to stream the games that are better matchups rather than just like any old game. I'm going to pick the better matchups, like blue. You're going to see a lot of blue starts, a lot of hunter starts. I think that'll be a little bit more interesting, and also the games will go a little bit faster. All right, let's get started. It's going to be the Royals at the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. And it's going to be Freddie Patek, the shortstop, leading off with Rojas, the second baseman, in the second spot. In the third spot is Amos Otis, the ex-Met center fielder. Batting fourth is Lou Piniella, came over from the Washington Senators. He's in left field. Batting fifth is Oliver, the first baseman. Batting sixth is Papke, the right fielder. Paul Scal is the third baseman. Jerry May, the catcher, and Jim Rooker, the pitcher. Jim Rooker did not have a great 71. He had a 5.33 ERA with a 2-7 1-loss record. And that's diametrically opposed to Vida Blue's season. Vida Blue was 24-8 with a 1.82 ERA. So he really stood out of the pack in 71. Let's get started. The way you play deep drive baseball, that's what we're using today, is deep drive baseball. It's a lot of fun. Let's move this back a little bit. There we go. You roll a D10. Oh, let's try that again. Got a 6 going there, and then we're going to have a 1. That's a 68, so that's going to be off the pitcher. If it's 50 to 99, it's off the pitcher. A 68 is going to be a strikeout. So Freddie Patek goes down swinging. Let's do that again. A red is a 0. Uh-oh. And then a 6-0-6 is a ground ball. Base hit. Base hit for Cookie Rojas. He's on at first. 1-8 base stealer, still 8 bases, so I'm not worried about that right now. I may run with Otis, who stole 52, so you will definitely see me doing that. All right, here goes. Runner on first, 1 out, and it's an 80. And a 1, that's popped up. That's the catcher. Duncan throws his mask away, makes the catch, F2. And next is Lou Piniella. Are there people up tonight? A couple of people up tonight. Funny. All right. 26. That's off Lou Piniella's card. And the 3 is a high chopper to the first baseman, who's going to wait for it to come down and now steps on the bag. And that retires the side. 3 unassisted. No runs, 1 hit. We go to the A's in the bottom half of the first. It's a 34, and a 9 is a fly ball to center. Racing in is Otis. He's there. Now, he's rated very highly in center field. Amos Otis is. Next is Joe Rudy. He's in the second spot, followed by Jackson in the third spot and Mincher in cleanup. It's a 75 and an 8, and it's a strikeout. So Rudy strikes out. This is game 4. The A's are 3-0 undefeated. Reggie Jackson is next. We have Bando batting 5th at third base. Batting 6th is Rick Monday, the center fielder. Batting 7th is the catcher, Dave Duncan. Batting 8th is Green, second baseman, and then Blue is the pitcher. So 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the first. And it's a 0-1. Reggie Jackson, that's a deep drive. Uh-oh. Deep drive. And we're going to use that. And that's a 66. That is one hop off the wall in right center field. And that's going to be a double for Jackson. The way I'm doing the base hits on these scorecards is just straight lines up and down. And the reason for that is it gives me a lot of space to write in the box. If I write anything else in there, like letters or anything else, excuse me, I find that it takes up a lot of space. So with 2 outs, is runner on second, and it's Don Mincher. Now Don Mincher is going to go over to Washington. He's going to be traded to Washington pretty soon, and the guy who's going to replace him as the everyday first baseman is going to be Mike Epstein, also known as the Super Jew. That was his nickname. 21, and that's a base on ball. So Mincher walks. 90 off Bando. A 90 and a 9. It's a fly ball, deep center field. Back goes Otis to the track and makes the catch. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit. We go to the top of the second. Bob Oliver. It's a 54, and that's a ground ball through the left side. Base hit. So Oliver not a threat to steal. Doesn't even have a steal number. Next is Dennis Papke. 45 and a 1. That's popped up. Left side. Bando there. 0-0. And this is going to be potential. So we're going to do a couple things here. We're going to roll to see if it's a wild pitch. I'm going to pull the deck out for the first time. So I know it's a deep drive, so I'm not going to worry about that. Let's re-roll. It's a deep drive. But it could, if it's a wild pitch, then it won't be a deep drive. That's how I'm playing it. 61. 61 says balk if the pitcher's an F balk rating. Oh, and he is. So it's a balk. Holy smokes. Wait a second. We wrote 61. If pitcher BK rating is F, it's a balk. So Vita Blue is called for a balk. And Dick Williams is going to come out and is going to argue that. He doesn't like that call at all. He says, what's up? All right. So he balks. Now, that's like an unusual play. That doesn't happen very often. All right. So here goes. Let's do it again. And it's a 24 this time. And that's going to be a defensive call. 81 says ground ball to the shortstop, Campaneris. Feels it cleanly. And he's going to look Oliver back to second. 2 outs. So Skull is thrown out on the ground to short to Campaneris to the first baseman, Mincher. Jerry May with 2 outs. And runner on second. That's a 0-1. That's going to be a deep drive. Oh, that's actually a potential again. So it's going to be a deep drive and a 30. Let's see if it's a wild pitch. C, D, or F wild pitch. And wild pitch, he's a D, so that's a wild pitch. So, again, they lose. So going to third is Oliver, and we're going to roll again. It's a 16, and that's a base on balls. So May walks, first and third, and Rooker, the pitcher's up. $85 and a 4. That's going to be an easy out. Chop to second. Waiting for it is Green. Whips it over to first, and that retires the side. They leave 2. The Royals leave 2. No runs, 1 hit. We go to the bottom of the second. So that took a little while. There were a lot of dice rolls in that inning. I like this game because it plays pretty fast. And it's going to be Rick Monday on a 63, and that's ground ball up the middle and through for base hit. Monday's on at first with a single, leadoff single. It's a 98 and a 4. And a 4 is a ground ball to third base. Third baseman Skull is going to go to second for the force. 5-4. Duncan is on at first. green, 95 and a 1. That's the middle of the infield. To the left is the 5 would be pop up to the second baseman. 2 out. Vita Blue now with 2 outs and a runner on. That's a 91. Easy out, 9. That's a fly ball, center field. Again, Otis covers a lot of ground out there. Now retires the side. No runs, 1 hit. Freddie Patek leading it off. 31. And a 1 is a pop-up to the left side. Bando. Under it, makes the catch. Cookie Rojas, who's 1 for 1. It's an 83 and a 3. And that's a slow chopper to the third baseman, Bando. He charges, bare hands. It fires to first, low, and scooped by the first baseman, Mincher. And they get Rojas. 5-3. Nice play by Sal Bando. And nice scoop at first base by Mincher. That's a 71. That's a strikeout. So Otis strikes out. 3 up, 3 down for Blue in the top of the third, or the bottom of the third. Rooker on the mound for the Royals. He eventually, I believe, Jim Rooker goes to the Pirates, does he not? 79. 79 and a 4 is a ground ball to third base, scooped by third baseman Skull over to first. 1 away. Joe Rudy's next. He struck out earlier. That's a deep drive off Rudy's card. And a 68. That's going to be pulled down the line to left field corner. And Rudy's going to try for second. Here's the throw, and he is safe at second base. So 1 out double for Joe Rudy. Brings up Reggie Jackson, who doubled in the first. It's a 30, and the 30 is going to be strike 3, and curveball gets Reggie. Mincher now, 53. That's going to be line. Oh, no, that's going to be a deep drive off Mincher. Deep drive off Mincher, 76. And a 76 is going to be a double off the wall. 1 hop off the wall. That's going to score the first run of the game. RBI, 2-out RBI double by Don Mincher, the lefty, who eventually goes to Washington. And Bando's up. It's a 55, and that's going to be base hit. In the gap, scoring easily is Mincher. His slow becomes, you know what, he does not score easily on this. I don't think so. Let's see. Yeah, he does not score easily, so we're going to try to wave Mincher home. Let's try to, it's probably about 70, and he's safe. RBI single for Bando. It's about 60 or 70%. I would have to check. If it was any higher than this, I'd start looking. But this is definitely a run score there. And I'll just verify that real quickly. Here in the choice chart, it says 05 to 41 is automatic, and that's a 38. So that's an automatic. And then the other one has to do with his base running ability. So Bando's on at first. It scores 2-0 A's here in the bottom half of the third. It's a 72, and that's going to be strike 3 on Monday, and that retires the side. But the A's pick up 2 runs on 3 hits, and they lead it 2-0. All right, got a blue against Lou Piniella. 55, and that's ground ball and through the left side for a base hit. Pinella's on with a single. It's a 92 and a 9. That is a fly ball, shallow center. Racing in is, who's a center fielder today? Monday, today and every day. 1 out. Next is Pepke, Dennis Pepke. 0-0, that's going to be a deep drive. Perhaps 44, it may be a wild pitch. 44 says if pitcher is B, C, D, or F, it's a wild pitch. And he's a D, so that's another wild pitch. That's the second wild pitch of the game for Blue. So 2 wild pitches for Blue. And a balk. So he's having some struggles today on the mound. We're going to roll again for that. It's a 19. That's a strike. 19, no. 19 is defense. And the 25 is going to take us to the range side. And an 89 is going to be a fly ball right field, and that's a deep right field. Back goes the right fielder Jackson to the track and makes the catch. Reggie Jackson, a catch right up against the fence. Now Piniella may be able to move to third on this, because that's a. And let's see Piniella's speed. Piniella is a blank, so let me double check. Deep fly ball to right field. Deep fly to right. He's average, and no, it's a question mark. So I'm not going to try. I'm not going to make the third out of third base, so I'm going to avoid that. And it's going to be Paul Scahl, who grounded out in his first at bat today. That's a 12, and a 12 will be a base on balls. First and second for Jerry May. Jerry May batted 252 in about half the season. 0-4, that's a deep drive, but it also is a potential wild pitch again. And a 0-2 says position player is pitching. Okay, so we're going to use that as a deep drive result. And it's an 87. That's going to be a fly ball deep left field. Back goes Rudy to the track and makes the catch. Wow. Look at that. And 9 is So actually an 87 is not to Rudy. It was in left center field. Left center field, and it was the center fielder, Rick Monday, who made that catch. Actually, the 9 doesn't come into play yet. No, it was Rudy. It was Rudy. All right, there it goes. And no runs, 1 hit. We go to the bottom of the fourth. So this will be the game for Rooker unless we let him go fatigued. Duncan leading it off. 46 and a 6 is a hard hit ground ball to the shortstop. Patek. Patek up with it. Across the diamond, 1 away. Green is next. That's a 25 and a 0. That's going to be line and caught. Oh, no, that's defense. Hold on a second. Off of Green, that's a defense 0-4. That's a range play. 0-4 is a range play. And a 57. 57 is going to be a grab ball and through into left field past the outstretched glove of Freddie Patek. So a base hit single for Dick Green by the 118. So we're going to bunt with Blue. And it's an 18. That's going to be a strikeout. We're going to bunt again. And he strikes out. And it's Bert Campaneris. So 45, and then a 0 is line and caught by the third baseman, Paul Scahl, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit. Top of the fifth. Jim Rooker's up. I'm going to let him bat. I'm going to let him go 61. And that's going to be a strikeout. Blues card. Top of the fifth, 2-0 A's. 2-0 the swinging A's. With Maverick owner Charlie Finley. That's a 0-3. That's going to be a deep drive. Going to roll a deep drive on that. And a 40. It's going to be a ball that's pulled down the line. And that's going to be an easy double for Freddie Patek. So he's at second base. Next is Cookie Rojas. It's a 0-1. That's going to be potential wild pitch again. Let's see what happens. 44. 44 is going to say A, B, C, or D. Wild pitch, and he's a D. So 44 again is a third wild pitch of the game for Vita Blue. And going to third is Patek. I was not aware that Vita Blue was so wild. I know he's a hard thrower. He's a flamethrower ahead of his time. Rojas, 59. That's going to be a strikeout. And now it's Avis Otis, 93 and a 7. It's a fly ball right field. Right there's Jackson, retires aside. No runs, 1 hit, bottom of the 5th. Jim Rooker is going to be fatigued now, so we're going to play the fatigue rules. That's a 44, so it's out either way, and it's a 9. It's a fly to center. 44 would have been 94, and 94 would be an out, so either one. Reggie Jackson, 65, and that's a walk. Or a 15, which would be either one is a walk. So Jackson's on with a walk. Jackson's a 2C. Rooker has no number, and the catcher, he's got no number either. All right, so we're not going to run. Minshew 0-5. That's going to be that's right outside the range. That's going to be a line drive base hit single. And racing around second is Jackson going to third. First and third. And we could turn that into a 55. 55 would be still a single plus. Okay, first and third, 1 out. Infield's in for the Royals. Sal Bando. That's a 51. That's a deep drive off Rooker's card. And that ball is hit deep, and back goes the left fielder. Pinella to the track, to the wall, looks up, gone! 3-run home run for Sal Bando. And the A's go up. The swinging A's go up by a score of 5-0. Rick Monday. 0-9. That's going to be ground ball and through into center field for a base hit. There's action in the bullpen. Ken Wright is out there, 82. And a 6, that's a hard hit ground ball. Oh, no, it's a medium ground ball. It's going to be a fielder's choice. It's Pate goes to Rojas. And safe at first is Duncan with 2 outs. 1 out, 2 outs. See if Rooker can get out of this. 82 would have been a 32. 32 would still been an out. Okay. Rooker's fatigue, 38 or an 88. Either way is going to be an out of 4. That's medium grounder to third. Third baseman Skull over to first. And then retire to the side. A's pick up 3 more runs on 1, 2, 3 hits. The big shot being a home run by Sal Bando. All right. So it's going to be Lou Piniella, Bob Oliver, and Dennis Papke against Vita Blue. It's a 96 and 8. That's a fly to center. Rick Monday settles under it, squeezes it for out number 1 here in the top of the 6th. Oliver, 64, and that's a strikeout. Let's see how many strikeouts he's got. He's got 1. He's got 2. He's got 3, 4. That's his 5th strikeout of the game. And next is Dennis Papke. He's 0 for 2. He popped up and flied out to right. It's a 51. That's going to be line base hit. Papke lines one to left. Played on a hop by Joe Rudy. Gets it into Campaneris. And Skull, Paul Skull, or School. I wonder how you pronounce his name. 32. And that's an 8. That's a fly to right. And that retires aside. No runs, 1 hit. We're trying to push Rooker 1 more inning. Let's see if we can get through this. It's a 17, and that's going to be a strikeout, or a 17 or a 67. 60, so we can go with the 67. It's going to be a walk-off Rooker, and that's going to be it for Rooker. That's going to be it for Rooker. Hate to have to pull him right now because he's due up next inning. Man, I'd love to squeeze. All right, let's see if I could squeeze this inning out of him. Maybe get somebody him to double play right here. 30 would be an 8. Okay, so 30 and a 0 is going to be a line out. So this could be a double play. We roll low enough. Oh, nope. So it's a line out to the third baseman. Paul School, L5, one out with a runner on first. Joe Rudy, 88, or a 28. A 28 would be an out, and it's a fly ball right field. Two outs. That is Pepke out there, makes the catch. And now it's Jackson, excuse me, Reginald Martinez Jackson, number 9. The way I made that K, it looks like an H. It throws me off. All right, let's so 1 on, 2 outs. We're trying to get Rooker out of this inning so we can get a pinch hitter next inning, and an 81 would be a 31. That's going to be 81 is a fly ball right field. Reggie pulls one, but right into the glove of Pepke and right, and that retires the side. So great job for Rooker. He goes 6 for us. Now we're going to bring in a pinch hitter. Pinch hitter is going to be Buck Martinez. He actually pinch hit in this game. You got him right there as a pinch hitter. And then we're going to get it right. Kenny Wright is going to come in. Going to make Kenny Wright blue. All right. All right, it's going to be Jerry May versus Vita Blue. Vita Blue's got a shutout going. 5-0 shutout for Blue. What else is new? That's 0-0. That's a deep drive. And 0-4 could be a potential home run. It will be a potential home run. 34, it won't be. It's going to be a one hop off the wall, splitting the outfielders for a double for May. So it's a leadoff double. Next is the pinch hitter, Buck Martinez. It's a pitch from Blue. And that's a 10. And off Martinez, that's going to be a strikeout. So Blue strikes out. That's his 6th strikeout of the game. Top of the order, Freddie Patek. It's a 15. 15 off Patek is a base on balls. Pookie Rojas, who batted 300 out of 300 batting average in about 450 plate appearances. It's a 64. That's going to be a K number 7 for Vita. 2 outs. And with 2 outs, it's Amos Otis. Amos Otis has also a good season, batted 300. That's a 64. And the 64 is a strikeout as well. And that retires the side. Number 8 for Vita Blue. So no runs. No runs on one hit, the double, the leadoff double. And the A's lead at 5-0. All right, we go to the bottom of the 7th. It's going to be Kenny Wright. Bring him in. Kenny Wright had a 3.69 ERA with 3 and 6. He's 24 years old. It's a 52. It's going to be line base hit for Mincher. That's his 3rd hit of the game. He's 3 for 3 today. Don Mincher. He'll be leaving us soon. It's a 73. 73 is going to be a strikeout. So Bando strikes out. Next is Monday. Monday of 47 and a 1. That's an out and a 1 is popped up. Left side. Second baseman. Rojas squeezes it. Out number 2. And Dave Duncan. Dave Duncan, a 91 and a 3, is a slow grounded to the first baseman who's going to take it himself. That's Oliver. And that retires the side. No runs. 1 hit. The Royals are down to their last 6 outs. And to see if Blue can go a complete game here. Lou Piniella. Call it a 75, and the 75 is a K. K number 9. Next is Bob Oliver. 47 and 0. That's line and caught by Campaneris. Campaneris timed that perfectly. And it's Dennis Papke. Dennis Papke, 0-7. That's going to be ground ball and through into left field. Rudy. And it's Paul Skull, 64. And that's going to be strike 3. So that's strikeout number 10. No runs, 1 hit. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Dick Green. That's a 27-7. That's going to be hard hit ground ball to the shortstop. Patek up with it, throws him out. Vita Blue next. He's 0 for 2 and a walk. It's a 75. That's a strikeout. And then Campaneris leading it off, 64. 64 is going to be a walk, so Campy walks. He's always a threat to steal. Let's see if he does. Let's see if I roll low enough. 57. I don't think it's going to be 3A. 3A, and he is +1, 4A. Jerry May, so it's 4A. There's no way he's stealing out of 4A. I just highly doubt that, but I will check. 4A, 0 to 35. Yeah. And we roll a 50. So does not steal. And it's Joe Rudy. That's an 80. That's going to be a defensive check. 0-0. We go to range. 75 is a fly ball center field. And that's the third out. No runs, no hits. We go to top of the 9th. So Blues trying for a shutout. How many hits has he allowed? That's the question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hitters so far. Jerry May is leading it off. It's a 71. I mean, that's going to be a K number 11. Pitcher spot, we're going to go to pinch hitter. Let's see who that's going to be. Oh, boy. Okay. Let me find 71A schedule. 71 A's schedule. Can't write A's, you got to write athletics. Statistics. It's schedule. There you go. Oh, no. Christ. 1971. Excuse me. And game 2. I'm going to have to go to game 2 here. All right. I got their statistics. Didn't want their statistics. I want their schedule. There it is. I'm going to have to go to game 2 here to see who batted, who pinch hit. And I want to use the actual guys who were playing it during this time. I want to relive history. That's what I love doing. I love playing the actual lineups to relive history. I just went back in time and went, okay, 71. Game 71. Game 4. I'm going to game 5. Saturday, April 10th. And the Royals were using, they used nobody in this game. Oh, Keogh. Joe Keogh is a right fielder. So I could, and Kirkpatrick. So those are the guys. So let's look for those guys. So I can bring in Joe Keogh. Let's see if he's available. Joe Keogh is there. He's a lefty. He won't be batting against the lefty. So I'm going to bring in Kirkpatrick is another lefty. So we don't want those guys to hit. Let's go into the following game. It's a guy named Noop. Noop. Bobby Noop is going to come in and pinch hit. There you go. Wow, that took a long time. It took me like 3-4 minutes to get this pinch hitter to come in. That slows down the game tremendously. All right, pinch hitter, pinch hitter. And here goes Vita Blue, 1 out. 2 outs away from winning the ball game. 97 is an out. A 7 is a fly to right. Right there is Jackson. Puts it away, and now it's Freddie Patek. Freddie Patek on the day is 1 for 3 with a walk and a double. It's a 37 and a 1, and this is probably going to do it. A 1 is going to be popped up, left side, Bando, in foul territory. Now it comes back into fair territory, makes the catch, and that's the ball game. No runs, no hits in the 9th. So Vita Blue pitches a shutout. I think this is his second consecutive shutout. The A's win it by a score of 5-0. How many hits did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hitter. No errors. I don't believe there was any errors here. No, I don't think there was any errors in this game. There were two wild pitches and 1 balk on Blue. So he had a wild pitch there, he had a wild pitch here, and he had another 3 wild pitches, excuse me. 3 wild pitches for Vita Blue and 1 balk. So he was wild. The A's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hits. So the line score were Royals 0 runs, 7 hits, no errors. The A's 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Vita Blue gets his second win. He's 2-0. And he went 9 innings, gave up 7 hits, no runs, no earned runs. He walked how many? He walked 1, he walked 2, he walked 3, struck out 11. Walked 3, struck out 11, home runs, none. And that's all she wrote. So it's a great game, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. 1971, learning these teams. Don't know who I'll play next. I'm looking at Catfish Hunter. And this is CP Cards and Dice from Tabletop Baseball TV. I hope you had an enjoyable time watching my stream of the Deep Drive 1971 Swinging A's. Take care now.